Yes, guys. Big up every single one of you that's locked in. Arsenal have lost again. Looks like Arsenal are getting knocked out of another cup competition again. Arsenal's attack fails to turn up again. And this time, it's Arsenal getting done by their own game plan. Shout out to Newcastle. Unbelievable performance from them, player by player, to the tactics as well. And the game plan was sensational. The defensive work after they went 1-0 up was something sensational to see from them. And especially with the fact that they were playing with a back two of Dan Burn and Botman coming off an ACL. They handled Arsenal so well from start to finish. And the attack, Isak was basically a one-man attack. His work was unbelievable in terms of build-up play, leading the press, and when he wasn't getting a lot of service in that first half, he took his chance, which is more than what could be said about Arsenal. Because from the build-up play to the execution, it was dreadful. It was so dreadful to watch. All these men were doing was just tippy-tappy and aim for a cross, hope someone either gets on the end of it or they get blocked and it goes out for a corner, and then try and get something from there. 700 million spent. 5 years. Just completely ripping apart the philosophy that Arsene Wenger instilled into Arsenal Football Club. All to not even beat a Newcastle side that didn't even have the takeover when Mikel Arteta originally was signed as manager of your football club. That is embarrassing. That is a disgrace. That is a complete shame. And the maddest thing is, right, this is where Arsenal fans are like mad hypocrites. Because all I seem to hear from that fan base is that the Carabao Cup doesn't matter. It's a tin pot trophy. It's not anything serious, albeit it's only because they haven't won that trophy in God knows how long. But they look down on that trophy. They don't take it seriously. But you take one look across Twitter, you take one look across YouTube, you take one look across social media as a whole, you can tell they care about it a lot today. And I understand everyone's always going to be annoyed when your team loses, but see how important this trophy is. A trophy is a trophy. At the end of the day, the Carabao Cup, the Carling Cup, whatever name this cup has, it still gets added onto your list of trophies. I want to claim that you run London because of the amount of trophies. How can you look down on a trophy like this? And the one thing I'll give Arteta is that, at the very least, he didn't play a weakened squad. Usually, Arteta doesn't take this competition seriously from the jump. It's part of the reason why they get eliminated so early. He actually played the best 11 that he probably could have. It's just, this is the team that you have built after 5 years. These are the options that you have. When you're 1-0 down to Newcastle at home, your options are Gabriel Jesus, Zinchenko, and Jorginho. Shout out to Jorginho, proper Chelsea, all of that. But that's your option off the bench when you're chasing a goal. Jorginho's probably, 33 or something like that. He is not the same Jorginho that was cooking week in and week out at Chelsea. That is not the same Jorginho that was going for the Ballon d'Or in 2021. That is a different Jorginho. That is an aging Jorginho. And having Zinchenko as the option to go for speaks volumes in itself. The one question I do want to ask, though, is what happened to Raheem Sterling? Because Sterling was back in the squad. Sterling, when fit, doesn't get an opportunity off the bench. Sterling, coming back from an injury without Bukayo Saka, doesn't get an option off the bench. You guys were more willing to play Kai Havertz at right wing, because I saw what positions he was taking up for long periods of both halves. And it was Trossard in the middle, and it was Havertz off the right-hand side. Is this what you bought Kai Havertz for? Is this what you loaned in Raheem Sterling for? Because your fan base knew that you needed a goal-scoring forward going into this season. Even though you also tried to lie in the same breath and say, Kai Havertz is good enough for us. Thank you, Chelsea, but we're going to get to that in a little second. You all were fine to take in Sterling, but now you don't even use him. This was the option that you guys were going into in year 5. year 5 of your project. This is why I kept saying to all the Arsenal fans who were saying that we were trying to copy them when we had Potter in charge and when we had Poch in charge. Ugh. But when we were going through those managers, I kept saying we are not trying to be like you. We are trying to exceed you. We are trying to overtake you. And you guys are making it pretty easy for us. Enzo Maresca is already walking towards his first trophy as Chelsea manager. That means he goes 1-on-1 with Arteta. If we're talking European trophies, that means he gets a European trophy before Arteta, which is an even more uncomfortable conversation. So, what is happening over there? Because you guys are not winning the league. You guys are not winning the Champions League. You've only got the FA Cup, and I pretty doubt you're going to win that one as well. 5 years all to get done by your own tactics. Newcastle hit them in the best way that they could in the second half. The nastiest 5-5-0 formation you've ever seen. Time wasting for days. The dark arts were there and there to see. Joe Linton with the constant tactical fouling and 20 to 30 minutes of just straight up defensive art. It was beautiful to see. It was beautiful to see. And also they got the second goal in spite of that too. All from beautiful build-up play from the likes of Murphy and Isak and Timber just falling asleep at the far post and ignoring Anthony Gordon making the supporting run. Also, Odegaard, how you get bodied, not even bodied like that for the goal. Just pushed. Just straight move out my way, man. Just move, man. Get out my way. As the captain of Arsenal Football Club, you are getting moved to like that. I would be embarrassed. I would be embarrassed. Shout out to Isak, though. My East African king. God willing, I see you in a Chelsea shirt one day. You would be a sensational asset to this attack. But I doubt we get him anyway. They want 150 million for him, and Isak don't want to go anywhere. It is what it is. I don't think we'll get him. I would really love to have him in the squad. Isak and Jackson as options. Sensational. But we don't have Kai Havertz, so it's already an improvement. We're already doing well for ourselves. What happened to the thank you Chelsea memes? 60 million down the drain and all of that crap. His headings managed to get worse since leaving Chelsea. That was one of his only discernible attributes when he was at this club. 2 years, you've tried him in midfield, it didn't work. You've tried him up front, it didn't work. You're now trying him on the wing again. That ain't working. You tried him in midfield a few weeks ago. That ain't working. This one moment, this one transfer is where the Arteta project died. All the beautiful football that they were playing all got thrown in the bin because they had to find a way to accommodate Kai Havertz. And all I have to say to that, in the words of the great Olivier Giroud, is thank you, Arsenal. Thank you to Arsenal. Because you did it again. You bought another Chelsea bum. The definition of insanity is repeating the same steps and expecting different outcomes. And that was Arsenal's game plan, funnily enough. Cross, 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 cross. And one more. Cross. And then they'll do it again. They're probably still crossing now. But here we are. Here we are. Newcastle, shout out to the barcodes. You did your thing today. You were absolutely sensational to watch. Manchester United, I hope you put the final nail in Arsenal's season on Sunday. And big up to every single one of you that's locked in. I just have to apologize for not running a hate watch. I really thought this was going to be a disgusting game of football to watch. And it turns out I missed out on a sensational hate watch. So I guess I've got to be back for the second leg then. So we will be there for that. Check that out, though. We'll be back tomorrow for a transfer stream. So, yeah, there's been a lot of news on Chukwuemeka, Chalobah, Gehi, the whole Kobe Mino situation. Because, yeah, we're in for Kobe Mino, whatever. So, yeah, keep a lookout for that. And big up to every single one of you. Like, subscribe. I didn't say it on the earlier video, so bun Pochettino. And yeah, up the Chelsea. Hold that Arsenal.